Yo, what is up, guys, and welcome back. It is time for episode 2 of the career mode. Sorry, I have not posted in a week. I know, it's been a minute. Chill. Anyway, it's time for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Today we are going in, I think, as the 7th best car. Hopefully we do well. But it's time for FP1 at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Anyway, here we go for FP1. We did indeed get an upgrade that did not fail, thank God. But hopefully it will help us throughout the weekend. I'm not too worried about engines yet and anything because it's only the second race. But now it's time for the track acclimatization and all the rest of the free practice programs. As you can see, we are going to purple. And in the end of free practice 1, we came 19. Not bad because we didn't really do much, but now here comes F2 doing the ERS thing. As you can see, our tires are actually on like 60% and normally they're not that bad, but because we're doing so many practice programs on the same tire, they actually ended up being almost 60%. But luckily we were able to do that in the end. We got 525 resource points, and that boosts our total up to 828. So we will be doing some more upgrading today. Afterwards, after the race, I've decided that's what we're going to do. We're going to do upgrades after the race in an episode. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. So now it is time for qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix. So yeah, this is our first run in qualifying, and we do make a little bit of a mistake into turn 10, I'm pretty sure it is. We go a bit deep, we get on the curve, but in the end we actually invalidated our lap anyway. So there wasn't much use in it, but I just carried on to make sure we got a delta for the next one. And the second lap we actually also invalidated. So this is our final lap. We have one lap to be able to post a good lap time, otherwise we'll be starting from the back. Going into turn 1, we got a tiny bit deep, but it's not that bad. We do gain a little bit of time, making sure we open up the exit as much as we possibly can, making sure we get the traction. And now coming into this long right hander, it's quite a hard traction zone to get correct, but we do it quite well. Now coming to this fast right hander, cutting the corner a little bit, making sure we do not get a warning, making sure that that is perfect, that we do not on the limit. Although we do go very deep into the hairpin, which is I think turn 8, we lose about a tenth of a second, but I don't care because both of the other lap times were invalidated. So we need to get a time on the board. We are 1.2 tenths up going into this next left-hander very nicely, getting on the traction. Now flat out through this fast right-hander, we just about tap the curve. You do not want to get on that curve, otherwise it will throw you out. Making sure you get a good exit and staying a little bit on the curve. I'm not sure if that's better or not. We are 1.7 tenths up, and going into the final corner, we go out wide as much as we possibly can. We are 2 tenths up on our time, which puts us in P6 for this Bahrain Grand Prix. We should not be here. I think we should need to make sure we up the difficulty even more for the race. But at the end of that session, we actually got knocked down to P7, which is still a bit too OP. But we were still 1.1 seconds off Valtteri Bottas's time. But even though that was still a very good lap from me. But as you can see now, we are turning up the difficulty for the race from 100 to 101. We are on the ultimate difficulty, the ultimate difficulty. We only have 9 more ticks that we can go upwards to 110. But now it's time for the race. It is going to be on 101 AR level, so we might be going backwards in this race, but that doesn't matter. We want to be in a place where it is competitive and we're not just winning everything. And I think I am going to be going with the softs to medium tires. Very easy strategy. I think that's going to be on every track, just softs to mediums, because on 25% races the tire wear really isn't that bad. Now it is time for the formation lap. We have to warm up the tires, make sure they're all warm, so that we can fight with the Red Bulls and McLarens and Renaults behind us, making sure we can potentially get a few points on the board in our second ever race. And now coming on near the end of the formation lap, we did make a little bit of a mistake, we have a little bit of lockup. But anyway, now we are almost ready for the start sequence. I'm not sure why Max Verstappen was behind us, but anyway, it is time for us to start this Bahrain Grand Prix. And it's 5 laps, and away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix, getting a pretty good start. I wanted to use overtake, but I'm not sure why I switched it off after like a second and then switched it back on. Now you're switching it off again. Trying to go around the outside of Carlos Sainz to get an even better start than I do, making sure we do go around him without any damage, no contact, no nothing, and he does get a better exit than us, goes up our inside. Now we are vulnerable, we have to go around the outside, yet again defending to perfection, and now we have to start chasing after Alexander Albon, who was overtaken by Max Verstappen, making sure we don't go wide there like we did in qualifying. And now it's time for us to catch up to the back of Alex Albon. But as you can see, the Red Bulls are already putting away. Front runners are no match for us. We no match for the front runners. Getting quite a good turn 10 there, and making sure that Carlos Sainz cannot overtake us.
Okay, the start was fine. Let's try and move forward.
Yeah, Jeff, I don't think we're going to be moving forward anytime soon, because currently, as you can see, we get up on the curb and we almost lose the car about 4 times. Luckily we managed to save it at the last second, but Carlos Sainz gets past us here. We are in P8 now, and Esteban Ocon is fancying to move up our inside as well, making sure we defend around the outside as best as we can, get a better exit, but he's still coming at us. I think he has a little bit of better straight line speed, maybe less drag, I'm not sure. And now coming on to lap 2, Esteban Ocon gets a much better exit out of, I think, turn 4. We have to defend and get up on the curb. We're now still defending. He's going down around the outside. Luckily we are able to squeeze him out, make sure that no contact was made. The next lap comes around and we make a little bit of a mistake, and that is the only invitation Esteban Ocon needs. I decided not to advance it as we were in turn 9 and 10, which is very hard braking to do by yourself, never mind with other people, so I just decided to let him go. And now Daniel Ricciardo is also coming at us, and as you can, I think I left Daniel Ricciardo enough space there. He did spin round. I'm sorry if I didn't leave enough space, but now coming into turn 1 on lap 5, you can see there is a caution, and Alexander Albon has retired, as I do get very used on the exit, but luckily there's a VSC, so now I can catch up, so I didn't actually lose any time by oversteering there. So now at the end of that lap the VSC had gone away, but it is time for us to pit. I was thinking of carrying on for the extra lap. I decided to go for the pit because our tyres were at 60% and that is not good. So now we will be going for the next 8 laps. Yeah, 8 laps to the end of the race on the set of medium tyres. As you can see, Carlos Sainz has made an absolute mile over us in the last 4 laps that he's been ahead of us. So now it will be our job to catch up. Now in P19, that's where we come out, just behind Daniel Ricciardo and George Russell, who both pitted. I'm sorry about the Daniel Ricciardo incident. I did not mean to. I tried to leave as much space as I possibly could. but now that is not our problem. All we have to do is make sure we can make it to the end of the race and see if we can potentially snag a point or two. As you can see, we get a fastest third sector, which means that no one else is pitted. The reason is that we did manage to do a massive undercut on everyone. No, we didn't. Sorry, Ocon was ahead of us, so we didn't manage to do an undercut. Although Ocon is still ahead of us, and now Carlos Sainz is out of the session, which puts us, I think, in the net P7 or 8.
To fit the mediums. Car ahead. They're running medium tires.
I'm not sure, I think P8. But anyway, now it's time to see how much we can catch Ocon by and see if we can potentially get a very nice points finish in this race. But now seeing as we are in P8 and Ocon is just about a second up the road, we sometimes get the DRS, we sometimes don't. We've only got like a lap and a half left, 2 laps left. For the rest of the race, nothing really happened. We were able to send off Pierre Gasly and all the other people behind us, but Ocon just managed to get away. We got P8, which I think is 4 points on the board. 4 points is very good for our second race ever in the sport. As you can see, the podium is Valtteri Bottas, Lewis Hamilton, and Sebastian Vettel. I think it was a very good race for us. We managed to get first points ever, which is very good in our second race. No one would have thought that would happen within 2 races. But now I think I can confirm that for the next few races we are sticking with 101% AR, because that just seems the most logical thing to do, and it's about the most fair. I think we're about like almost equal to them. Maybe we could go to 102, but I think I'm just going to stick with 101 for now. Let's see what effect this result has had on the driver's standings. After today's performance, as you can see, we did get 4 points in the end.
Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Definitely Antonio Giovinazzi, isn't it? No matter what the rest of the field threw at him, he didn't put a foot wrong. Superb drive from him.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Thank you all for watching. Now, for this next part, we are going to be doing a montage of all the upgrading and everything. So I hope you guys all enjoy that, and I'll see you in the next one.